So good evening guys, we'll be starting the session now. Before we start for the today's session, I just would like to brief you what we have seen prior to this e-workshop. So this prior to this workshop, we had completed 3 workshops. The first workshop was scheduled on 10th August and it was almost for 3 hours. And in that first workshop, I have already covered the basic of Python, which include what Python is in detail, as well as why we should learn Python, what are the benefits of Python, applications of Python, how to install Python from the python.org site as well as from the Anaconda site. We also seen a basic hands-on session on Python as well as discuss about the career in the Python. So this was our first workshop on 10th August. Live stream of this particular workshop is already available on the YouTube. Those who are new to the Python, I will request them to go through this workshop and learn the basic about the Python. The next workshop we are conducted on 13th August. And in that, it was more practical, although we covered a little bit basic, plus some hands-ons were conducted in this particular workshop. One of the topic which we discussed in detail was object-oriented programming. And the next, it was on 16th of August. In this particular workshop, we have covered advanced portion of the object-oriented programming. We developed the complete application using the Python, where we try to understand the concept of object variable, class variable, inheritance, multiple inheritance, single inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. So there are different types of inheritance, polymorphism. We saw like overriding, overloading, and what we covered is like the difference between the overriding and overloading, and what we saw in the Python, we can do only overriding. Also we saw how to write private data, public data and protected data in the Python. We wrote one complete application that was a bank application. So I have conducted the demo of bank application, and now this particular workshop live stream is also available on the YouTube channel. I will request you to subscribe this channel so that you will get all the series of workshop as a notification to your email. Now, what is our today's workshop? As all of you know, our main agenda for today's workshop is regular expression. And in this, before we start for the regular expression, I have some other agenda, that is file handling, exception handling, user-defined exception, as well as we have regular expression with a case study now. So let us start the basic thing first, that is file handling. Now here I'll be covering the hands-on part on the file handling. But what we'll be covering in the file handling: how do you open the file? How do you read and write the content? Read the content, write the content, or read the list of lines from the files, or write a list into the files, as well as the with statement. Then we will see exception handling. Here also we'll be doing the hands-on session, where we'll see how to write exception, how to write exception classes, as well as how to use a block like try block, except block, else block, final block with example. We'll also go for the user-defined exception. Here we'll be using the subclass of exception, and we'll write our own class of exception here. And we'll see how object-oriented programming can be used to define your own user-defined exception. Next, we'll be seeing regular expression in detail. Here we'll understand what regular expression is, why regular expression, how to use it, all things we'll be doing with a practical only. So let us start now. So let me start the Anaconda. For that, I will request all of you to have a one software, that is Anaconda Python, where we'll be doing the case study. So now, first thing, as per our agenda, we'll be doing the file handling. In this file handling, firstly we'll write the steps, how to read, write, so let me do that. So let me tell you the steps here. The first thing is how to create a file. So step 1 is how to create a file. Step 2 will cover, once we create a file, how to write the content of files. Third step will be to read content of the file. Fourth step, we'll see even closing the file, append the content of file, content into the append content. Then here we are going to start with our next part, that is using the with statement. So let us start the first step, that is how to create a file. So to create a file, we have an open block in the Python. So you may have any object here, file1, and you can say open, write the file name, maybe any example you can take it as a data file. You can say extension, that's your choice. It could be in a double quote or single quote. And now here you need to open the file in a write mode. Why write mode? The reason is, if you want to create a file, you will require to give the write permission. So we can give that by W. So W is for write mode. Then now let us use this file1 object which we just created to write the content. So we should have some content for that. So let me take this content, whatever is written just now as a text. This content I will just take as a data now. So I will put this into triple quote string so that it becomes a data for me. Now here I am going to just write the file by using the object file1 dot write, and the data. Then let us go for the closing the file, because as we open the file we should close it also. File1 dot close. So this way we can close the file now. Now once the file is created, let us test it whether the file is created or not. Let me check it. I'll just check it by Unix command here. This is not a Python command. Here you can see the file is created. Now let us open this file by using the file command only, that open command only. So here I'll be using the first command, that is opening the file. Now here I'll change the mode, that is R mode. Again, it is not mandatory. In Python, by default, the file is open in a read mode. Now you can just read this file by using the read command. They are all basic commands. I'm just taking quickly, not going in detail. and very simple to understand also. You can see how simple is a Python to write a script in a step-by-step manner. So now we did not get any output. The reason is in Anaconda we need to write a print statement also. Without adding the print statement, we're not able to see the output. So let us see the output now. Yes, we could read the file now. So the file was created just by a simple command. You can see how simple it is. We just open the file by write permission. We read the file by R permission, means read permission here. Yes, there are other permission also, like you can give the append permission, we can give the read write permission, and many more. Here let us go ahead and append the file now. For appending the file, you need to change the mode, that is from write to the append mode. So here I'll be changing the mode again and I'll say append mode. This example what I'm taking is a very basic example of file handling, so that anyone who is new to the file handling can understand it by this example. Now here is append mode. Now the file is open in append mode. So what does the append mode means? Append mode means you can add the new line into the file at the end. So let's say I want to add one new line here. So I will do what? File1 dot write and add the new line. So this is appended line, let's say. You may put it in. And now let us close the file. You should always close the file after opening or performing any operation, because file is in the open state if you are not closing it, and that particular object can be used by some other process also. That's why it is very important for us to close the file. Now once you open the file, you should again read it. So let us run this command and see the change. You can see that file got appended. I think it's very simple and straightforward also, that how to append the file. Now this was something like a traditional way of managing the file. You can open the file, read the file, write the files and all the things. I'll be showing you something which is very important, where we will not require to write even the close statement, and we'll see like how we can close the file automatically also. For that we'll use a with block. So with file, so now here you can just do the small change in the existing code. I will just do this all that thing with a with block now and remove the close statement. So how to do that? Again, here data I'm assuming already is there, so I don't require to write now. Just focus on with block now. For that, I just need to say with open. Now here with open, whatever the parameters are there, I already done the same thing, but now let us say create an object of this with open and the file name, and then you can create an object here, let's say file2 or whatever you want to say, let's say file2, or you can use the same also, there's no problem, file1. And then as it is a block, you need to indent the code here. This is a block. So once this is done, you can see the file is created. If you want some changes in the file content, you can do it to see the difference. So what I'll do here, I will do certain modification now to see the difference now. So done, the file is created with the new data now. Now how do you open the file? Using the with block, the same way. Now the change will be only instead of write, there will be a R, and instead of this write, it will be read, and you can print it. So now you don't require to close the file manually, and you can see the output. Same way you can append the file. So this is the way with black can be used in the file handling. I will recommend to use a with block only so that you don't require to worry about closing the file. I hope you understand the basic file handling now. Next thing, we also have something special in the Python now, in the file handling itself. There is one scenario. Now in this case, we know how to append the file. But what if you want to insert the new line in between the file? Can we insert new line in between the file? By default, it is very difficult to insert there's no command to insert the new line in between the file. But in the Python, it is possible. How? Let us see it now. So for that, we need to perform some action, and that is, instead of read, okay, I should have taken read, okay, fine. Instead of read, I'll be using the read lines command. And we'll print it. Okay, print. So read line is what? Read lines is something to get the output as a list now. So let me put this as a list, or you can say lines equal to file1.readlines. Now print this. Check what is the output. You can see the output is list of lines. Now you know in Python what the list means. List is a mutable data structure, and you can insert the line anywhere in the list now. So let us perform insert method here now. For that, I will just use a lines dot insert, and you need to now say like which particular index you like to insert the new line. It index start from 0, so /n is the empty line, so index started from there itself, then 1 and then 2, like that. So now let's say you want to write something here now. So here I will say index position 2, and this is the insert a line in the file. So let us see what happened here. Now obviously it is modifying your list now. So if you print here, you can print lines here and see the update in the list itself. It is showing that the new line is inserted at index position 2. Now next thing is to write this list inside the file. How to do that? For that, we'll be using the command write lines. So let us do that. Instead of write, let us say write lines. Now here the data is list itself, and that is lines. So let's test it now. It's done. Now let us test it for reading purpose. Use this command, and you can see the file is available with a new line, inserted line in the file. Why /n has, because we did not put /n here, that's why it has come on the same line. So put it /n here now, so that while printing, it will print the new line. Yeah, we have to do modification also. All the cells should have been executed. Then only you can see the change. So as you insert the new lines, you will see the output also will change accordingly. You can see the new line is inserted. So this many times I have inserted new lines in this file. As these all statements are in the separate block, That's why you can see whenever I'm inserting lines, it is added into the same index position. Fine. So this was a file handling in the Python. Any question, you can just message me here. I will definitely answer it. I hope this is a very, very simple to understand how to manage the file handling. So we have seen how to create a file, how to write content in the file, read the content of the files, close the file, append the content, and use a with statement. In addition to that, we saw something new, that is how to insert a new line inside the file using the Python file handling concept, as well as Python concept, you can say. So here we use a data structure concept also. Now the next topic is exception handling. Now what is exception? Exception is something like, you must have seen, like whenever you try something, like let me show the example. Let's say this is data, or maybe, yeah, let us say data 1. And here, I hope I did not overwrite any variable here, is fine. Data 1, and you say int of input, and you say enter some data. So let us see what happened here. I'm entering something, hello. What output you are getting is value error. Since our expectations were integer value, and the what value we are given in this case is a string now. Even it is not a string, even we don't know what the hello is here now. So how to handle such exception? Now what exception is here is a value error exception now. For that, we need to understand various block, and the first block is try block here. So try block is to write certain statement which you want to try it out now. So let us write this statement, data 1. Let's to see any. Okay, there is a one question, that is how to delete the lines and clear the files and modify the lines here. This is I think related to the file handling, or you are talking about yeah, I need to check, like this is related to how and modify the lines. Modify lines, we have done it in the file handling itself. Yes, we can do all these things. There are, in the file handling itself, we have the statement already available. All these things we can do it. We can delete also. We can because there is a in the list also we can do it. If you look at the data structure list, with the help of list data structure, you can perform all the operation. Like we list is a mutable data structure, and in the list case, if you want to do it, see what you can do is just let me show now, because this is a very good question. Ahmad, let me tell you like how you can do it here. Here we have a list of lines. Let us look at the list here. These are lines now. Now here, if I have a list, I can perform any operation on the file itself or in the list itself. I can insert the data, I can remove data, I can clear the data, whatever I want to do it, I can do it. So you need to look at the data structure list for that. With the help of data structure list, yes, you can perform any operation. So once you modify the list, then you can add that modified list into the file itself. So that is the best way to modify the file using the data structure list itself. So let us use a combination of data structure and file handling to modify the file quickly. Obviously there are other also options, but other options may, like for example, if you try to insert the data in between the file, but in that case, let's say you give the index position there and you add the data into that particular position, it may override the content. So to avoid the overriding, it is better to go for the data structure part of the Python itself. So I'd like to show you something more here, because if you want to know the detail about the file handling also, let us look at the various methods also. So here I'll show some of the methods. Like you can look at the various methods which are available. You require to look for the various methods available in the case of data structure as well as in the file also, because everything is here, you can say object, and file is also object here, and there are various methods already available. So I have used some of the method from here. You require to explore this method also, like how to ready the file from particular index position, how to truncate the files, how to so these are the various methods which are available in the file handling. But other than that, I just say like we have a methods available for the list also, which also I will show it here itself. So there's a line is there, so I will just show what are the methods are available, and let us print it here now, so that you know that which are the methods available for performing the action. So now you can see here we have methods like remove, pop, insert, reverse, sort. So many more operations of the list are available. So using this also you can perform the action, and then once you perform the action you can update the file. I hope I have answered your question, Ahmad. Okay, great. So let us go ahead for the next topic now, that is file handling. Sorry, we'll be going for the topic that is exception handling now. File handling we are just done. Let us go for the exception handling. So how to now handle the exception here in this case? Here, now you can see there is a try block, and under the try block, we are just adding the some statement to check if any exception comes. If there is any exception, we should be handling it now. So how to handle for that? There is a block called except block. In the except block, we can either write a statement that is or you can say the class name itself, that is a except, or the class that is the exception itself. This is a class that is value error. So this is because we know it now in this case. Value error. What is value error? Value error is a predefined exception class for handling the value error exception. So here, using this handler except, in the case of Java, C++, you use a catch. Here we have a except block now. You can also create an object of this and just print it whenever you want to. Now let us print the statement first. So here I'll say that value error exception. So enter, this is my customized statement, enter integer value only. This is my customized statement. You can write whatever you wish to have, and I can print what exactly is the error, and by typing the E here now. Now let us do that and say else block, and now here you can say print. I'm just, let's say I'm saying like there's no exception. Let's say I'll just say that no exception. First we are starting with a single exception, but you may have multiple exception. That also I'll show you like how to handle the multiple exception here. So no exception, and then print data. This is data one right now. So let us test this single line code, like few lines code only, and then we will go ahead for the advanced portion of the exception handling here. So first thing is what we wrote is a try block. There we are trying something now. Let us try something like a hello and see what happened. It is saying enter integer value only. So there is an exception now, and it is giving us a message, okay, what we should do now. Now it is asked only once because we did not put this program into block, that is a while block. So let us add the while block now. While block, while true. Now, as you know, Python is an indented language. It is very, very important to write the code with the indentation only. So here the entire block I will just indent now. So under the while true, T is capital here, is case sensitive. I'm just try data one. I'm just checking with the try block. If there is an exception, it should be handled. But if there is no exception, then what? This loop will be continued. There is no end for it. So we should add the break statement here. It is very important. If there is no exception, you should say it stop. So there is a break statement. So let us run it. Now let us try something. Again, hello. Saying enter integer value only. Now here you can put the integer value also and see it. No exception. So this is the way you can write a exception handling code. But there is a scenario like where there are multiple exceptions. What should we do for multiple exception then? For that, I'll just modify the script and say one more except block. And here I may have, I don't know what will be the exception name. So I'm adding the superclass here, that is exception. Now again, if you want to create an object of this, you can create it. That's your choice. And print other exception. So this block will be executed only when the first one is failed. Like let's say there is no value error exception, there is something else, then only it will go to the next except block. But let me tell you, in this particular scenario, you can handle multiple exception here. Again, the execution is same now. Again, if you want to print the even, you just print here even. So here it is done. So this is the way you can have a multiple exception handling using the Python. Next thing, and that is very important topic. This was all basic thing. Next thing is like how to write our own class of exception, that is user defined exception. For user defined exception, you need to write your own class of exception. So how to do that? So before we start the topic user defined exception, let us review what we saw till now. We saw till now the first topic, that is file handling. We saw like how to create a files, how to write content into files, how to read the content of the files, how to close the file, append the file, how to use a with statement, and these all things we did till now as a file handling. Next thing, we started with a basic exception handling, where we saw like how exception occurs in the Python, and then how to handle using the try except block, try except and else block. Then we saw like adding this exception block into the while loop so that it asks for the correct value also. And then we saw how to handle the multiple exceptions. So this was what we saw till now in this particular session right now. Now we'll be working on writing our own class of exception, that is called user defined exception. So let me write the title now, which is very important, that is user defined exception. So now user defined exception means you are having the scenario here. You are deciding like when to generate the exception, and it's your own class of exception now. For that, you should have basic knowledge about object-oriented programming in the Python. Those who are not familiar with the object-oriented programming in the Python, I will request them, please look at my previous video, which was focused on completely on object-oriented programming in the Python. There I have taken how to develop complete bank application using object-oriented programming only. Now in this particular workshop, we'll be using that concept of object-oriented programming to write our own class of exception. So here, write the class now. Now you have to take the scenario, when do you want to generate the exception? The scenario is like, in case like a password. Now you want password should be minimum 8 character. So something like where you are having your own expectation now. So when you want to have your own expectation, you should say, okay, this is what the class I want to write it, and this is generic thing now. Now in your program, let's say you want to have some generic message to be shared to the programmer, and say like, whenever such scenario comes, like when there is a length of my input is less than some expectation, I should generate one exception now. You can also say like short input exception. So here I will write a class called short input exception. It's your class name. You can write whatever the class name you want to write it. Just to understand, I'm just saying short input exception, or you can just say short input. Okay, that's fine. Short input, that's fine. So this is a short input exception where I'm expecting, like, if I want the input from the user should be minimum, let's say 6 character or 8 character, you can decide now. And if some user is giving less than that, then this particular exception should be raised now. So here we should be inheriting the class of exception, that is exception. And this is my class short input. I'm doing this, it's a subclass now. Short input is a subclass of exception. So why I'm doing the subclass, why I'm inheriting now, so that I can use all the built-in methods which are already there in the class exception. I do not require to rewrite those methods. It's a reusability concept now. Whenever you say subclass, means you are doing what? You are using the properties of superclass here. In Python case, every time we write a class, we are inheriting some properties from superclass, that is either from the object class or from some subclass like this. Let me do, even the exception is a you can say derived class of base exception, and base exception is derived from the object. So like that, there is a hierarchical structure available in the Python. So let us see for the exception now. Now you can write the document for this, your own class which you are writing right now, that is short input exception class. You can write a detailed document, okay, that you should be providing the minimum 8 character, expect whatever you want to write it, expect minimum 8 character. This is, let's say, your expectation now. Now here, this is this particular document I wrote in a triple quote string. So this becomes the help document for other users. And you also know what you're writing. Now here I should write method, that is a constructor method. So for that I'm using the def keyword and writing the constructor method by init. Use of first parameter self here. Self is what? Self is a reference to the instance of the class now. We already discussed this in a previous session. Now here you have to have two parameters other than the self. The first one is, let's say, a length itself. And second one is at least. Means in this case, we are checking the length of the data and we are expecting something that it should be of, let's say, 8 character or 6 character, whatever it is. So you are deciding that part. And here we are saying initialization. Again, a document for this method, initialization of short input exception class. So here we are doing what? By a constructor method init, we are initializing short input exception class. Now here length and at least both are local variable. And we should be defining, let's say you want to share this length and at least to some other classes, then you should write as an object variable also. So let me define the object variable. Again, it is your choice, it's your requirement. If your programming say, okay, I want to share it, then only define the object variable. If you don't want to share it, don't define it. So here self.length equal to len gth. This is what we say object variable. Again, they are a concept of object-oriented programming in the Python. So here I'm passing the value as a length. It's object variable or instance variable. One more object variable will declare now, and that is self dot at least, and providing the value that is at least. So let us test this by writing the print statement. Expected, you can say expected what? You are giving the input, expected input is percentage D chars. Okay, like this is what minimum expectations, let's say. Again, you can write a big statement also. I'm just writing the only one thing here. Expected input is percentage characters or bytes, you can say, it's your choice. And you can say given is percentage D bytes. So here again I'm writing the code like percentage. So to continue that, I can come back here, let's say, and then this is to just continue and make it visible to you. This is not mandatory statement. Slash is only to continue the same line. And saying now here in the bracket self dot, the first parameter is what? Maybe I can say self dot, or I can, because it is the same class, not necessary to write self dot length or self dot at least. If I want to share, then only it is required. So here I can simply say length also. Length, okay, expected input is what? At least. And given is what? Length, right? So you decide like how do you want to check it, that this is all your customized class, customized method, customized statement. Now here it's your choice. Nothing is predefined here now. Only thing is we are taking the built-in method, that is a init now. That's a constructor method to initialize the class. So before we use this in the exception handling, let us create the object and test it whether particular class is written correctly or not. So let me write one of the object here, let's say obj equal to anything like just the object name and the class name here, short input. Now let us test it without writing the parameter and see how does it respond. Firstly, it is saying that missing two required positional argument, length and at least. So this is what the way Python responds to you immediately. So that's what interpreted language benefit here. You don't require to compile and write the complete code and then test it. You write it, test it, write it, test it. So debugging becomes very easy. It's very interactive and interpreted language. As you saw the Python, what the Python I say is a Python is a interpreted, interactive, object-oriented, high-level scripting language. So now here, passing this parameter is important. So first parameter is length. Let's say my length of the string is something 5 byte and expected is 8. See what happened now. What is saying expected input is 8 byte and given is 5 byte. Why the space? Because I have given too much of space here now. So this I could have been reduced. Is fine. Right. So this is the way you can write your own message. Now let us use this class. Let's say there is a library, there is a module, and in that you wrote all these classes now, and you can import from that module also. So let us use this now. So I will do what? I will use a while block here again. Let us use this again. I'm just following this particular code which I already wrote. Now instead of value error exception here, and instead of taking the int, because now here I'm going to check the length now. Small change I'll be doing here now. Data 1 equal to input, enter some data. Now when the exception will occur, if I check the length now. So what should I do now? In this case, I write a condition if length is a function of data. Okay, this I should write in the next block only. First I have to check the data itself. So next statement will be if length of data 1, let's say, is less than what? Length of data is less than, let's say, 8 character, 8 bytes or 8 character, whatever. Then what? Then here you should raise exception. Here you should raise the exception. What is raise here? Is like in Java we say throw the exception. It's like to create the exception. So here we are going to create the exception now. And what exception you like to create? We'll be creating short input exception. So let us use this class now, that is a short input exception. I'm just using this class short input exception. So raise short input exception. Now in this case we should be passing the parameter dynamically. So what is the length of the data is whatever we'll give it, and what is expected we already wrote it now, that is 8. If this happen, then what exception should it raise? Short input, not the value error, right? So right here short input exception instead of value error exception. Now previously we use a value error exception because it was predefined. Now we are writing the short input exception because we just now wrote it. Now here you have to say your customized statement that short input exception occurred. That's your statement. You write it whatever you want. Short input exception occurred. This could be a very simple way of writing it, and that's it. And in case you want to have something more detailed, that's your choice now. In case there's no exception, that's fine. Print the data then. So let us test this particular code whether it is going to work perfectly or not. Let us test it. Oh, giving the error. Why this error? Because of one more bracket. Previously I was using the int statement. That time it was okay. I just copy pasted. So in the Python you have to be very careful. Check whether you corrected that. So here one additional bracket, and see how it is responding, giving me the syntax error perfectly at the position where is the error now. So debugging becomes very easy now. See now, working perfectly, asking for some data, and I will say hi. See what happened now. It say expected input is 8 byte, given is 129 bytes. Where I given 129 bytes now? No, I did not give it. What happened here? The high got converted into 129 bytes. Something wrong? I just passed percentage D, nothing, because Python interpreter did not understand what the high is or what. Let us see it. Let us test one more times. Oh, every time it is saying 129 bytes. What is the reason? Let us check it again. Something wrong here now. Where it is wrong? We are having the data which is having the length and at least, and saying that data input is something here. Where we're taking, okay, here there is a data input, enter some data 1. Okay, I hope I'm not overriding some here. And raise the length of data. Okay, see See the way the error, see whenever such error comes, very interesting. See where I'm checking the length of data. Data is something else. Here it should be data 1, not the data. So this is the way you should now, check the code. I came to know, I wrote a data. It is not data, it is a data 1 now. And see, obviously this could have been always 129 bytes now. So how to come out from such loop now? Now this will not come out unless and until I say kernel that stop this particular, I have to interrupt here. Otherwise, this particular anaconda will keep on running and asking me, say that give the data. Okay, this could have been wrong. So this is the way you should debug the script now. No worry, because see, Python is going to suggest you if you are incorrect. And obviously you have to check where it is wrong. And this is the way you learn the Python scripting. See, Python you cannot learn just by simply writing the, simple copying and pasting the code, or, just by reading it. You need to try it out, practice it, and check it where there is an error, and then solve it. Let us test it once again. Now this code I'm just showing with error so that you know like how to handle such exception. And let us test it now once again and say hello. Yeah, now it is perfect. It is saying that short input exception occur, saying that it is 5,8. Yeah, that's right. Now let us say something complete now. Yes, no exception occurred. So this is the way you can write your own class of exception and handle it also. I'd like to see some questions here. Okay, good. I already got the answer from some other participant also. I did not check the message, but yes, this was solved. Thanks, Ahmad, for sharing that. Like you already observed it correctly. Yes, and it is modified also. Great. So now I hope you understood like how to write your own class of exception, that is user defined exception. So here, let us take 5-minute break. And after the 5 minutes, we will resume with the new topic, and that is regular expression in the Python. Till that time, let us see what we already saw in the case of Python. You can also write your question so that in the break, I will answer your question also. So what is regular expression? Now the topic has come, which I think for most of you guys came here to attend this particular topic, that is regular expression. And it's very, very important topic for all the developer. Why I'm saying this is the most important topic, the reason behind it, with the help of this regular expression, you can do what? You can extract the data from large files and generate one report quickly. You're going to learn this practically. You're going to see like how to do that. The first thing is like what the regular expression is all about. What is the purpose of regular expression? And then so first understand the purpose. Let me do the scenario here to understand the regular expression. Let's say you're working in the organization, let's say banking organization, and you have maybe hundreds of files, and each file is having thousands of record. Now you need to extract some specific data from it. That could be like you like to extract maybe the account number, maybe you like to extract the email address of the customer, maybe you like to extract maybe specific data like a specific telephone number or specific email, whatever it is. So that's your choice. Now if you want to extract data, extract that specific data from large file, how to do that, that is what we are going to learn in the regular expression now. I think there is one question, so let me check it. Okay, so I request all of you guys to share the feedback. My team member Sanket has already shared the feedback link to you. Please share and let us know like if there is some improvement is needed in the session. Now here, let me continue that what the regular expression is. Now I told you the scenario here, you have a large file and it could be any organization. This is like I just say about banking organization, but it could be the organization which is, let's say, a stock market organization, or it could be you can say a health organization where you have a huge amount of data and you want to extract the data now from those files. So now this regular expression is available in other languages. So like it is available in the Java, it is available in the JavaScript, it is available in the Perl script, it is Shell script, Perl, and in the Perl case, it is a built-in regular expression, and Ruby also, and so many more language you see regular expression. So here we are going to see like what is the kind of library we'll be using in the Python to extract the data, how to use a regular expression in the Python. So what is regular expression? Regular expression is a powerful and a standardized way of searching, replacing, parsing the text with a complex pattern of character. So every word is very important. You are going to search the data, you are going to replace the data. So there are methods available for searching, there are methods available for replacing, there are methods available for parsing, there is a method available to how to parse your data. And then you should be writing the complex pattern for that. All these things we are going to learn it practically. Next part also, one more definition, let me tell you about the regular expression could be like, it is like a string which contains the text and the special character. So what is regular expression? How does it look like? It is like a string now. So you are writing the string, but it also has some special character which describe the pattern and recognize the multiple strings. So regular expression is a string which contains the text and the special character. And this is another definition of a regular expression now. Now let us see how does it look like. Here there is a one string in front of you. Tell me, what is this? Is it a language? Is it an engine? What exactly is this particular line is? It looks like something /b in bracket. Is it some foreign language? No, it's not a foreign language. Let me do this is something a pattern. But what the pattern it is now? Those who know regular expression, they must have recognized it looks like there's a @ symbol, and you know, like @ symbol is there in what? It is there in the email address. So it must be email address. So this is one of the pattern. I'm not saying this is the final pattern. This is one of the pattern of what? Email address. And now can I extract email address using this pattern? That is what we are going to learn in today's workshop, how to extract email addresses from various files. First I'll show from one file, and later on in the case study I'll show how to extract from various files. So watch it till the end, because this is very important session for all of you guys who like to learn how to write a regular expression to extract the data from the large file. And not only one file, you will be able to extract from multiple files also. So what one more here, that what you can do is with the help of regular expression, you can get the complete information from the incomplete data. That is also we can do with the help of regular expression. One more thing about regular expression, that this particular module is written using the C language. Let me know Python is having the combination of the models written in the C language and the models written in the Python itself. So there is a combination. So this particular module of regular expression is written in the C language. Now, to write the pattern, we need to understand certain symbol, because I'll be using this symbol now. So I thought, like, if I'm using the symbol, you should know what I'm using. Otherwise, you'll think like, what language I'm using right now. So what is this symbol meaning here? So here's some example I'm showing here, that the English literal, that's fine. That's very simple and straightforward. The first symbol is very simple to understand for everyone. The next one is also very simple. There is a OR option is given, like if this is a string or another string, another simple pattern or symbol you can say. Third one is like a dot. Now this particular dot is having the meaning, different meanings in the different language. Like dot, it could be a full stop, right? So we have to understand what the dot is here. Somewhere it is a matching the, now in the regular expression it is matching any character. So remember, in the regular expression, the meaning is matching any character. Caret, what you see here, it is to match start of a string. So some cases, if we want to match the specific string, it started with a, let's say, dear as an example in this case. So this way you can say, okay, whether my particular email text is started with a dear or not. Yes, you can write a pattern and check it whether it started with a dear or not using the caret symbol. Then there is another symbol, that is dollar. Dollar is to check whether particular string has ended with a some symbol or not, or some string or not. So in this case, like in the case of shell, you have a various types of shell, CSH, KSH, and BASH. So at the end there is a SH now, and you want to check whether the particular path has ended with a SH or not. If it is not ended with a SH, it means you are not using the specific shell here. So that's what the beans star SH, star means anything in between, that also you'll see now. And then SH, it is ended with a SH or not, so there is a dollar at the end. Again, you learn only when use it. Here I'm just giving a quick idea, but later on while using, you'll understand how to use a dollar, how to use a caret, how to use a star, when to use a star. All these are very, very important. Then star is like matching 0 or more occurrences of preceding regular expression. What does it mean? It means here you may have a matching pattern or may not have. So if you may have a number of matching regular expression matching patterns, and you may not have anything. So that way the star will match for anything. Next thing is a plus. Plus case, it is minimum one occurrence should be there. Minimum one character should be there. So this is the mostly used symbol. Minimum one and maximum, there's no limit here. Then in the question mark, you can match only one character only. Either it will be there one character or there won't be there. Yes or no, right? Okay, so here it will be either there or not there. So that's what the question mark is here. So you are having a question mark besides the character. I don't know whether this character should be used or not. So like in this case, GOO, whether you want to use O or not, that's your choice now. Then in the previous case, what we saw here, it is like more like a star and the plus. They are more greedy symbol. There's no specific like occurrences here. We are not telling like how many number you should be matching. You're not specific in that case. To be specific, you can use a N. N is to match specific number of occurrences. So here in the curly bracket N, here we are saying 0 to 9, and you are saying I would like to match 3 digit now. So yes, you can decide how many digits you want to match. 0 to 9 means you are giving the range now and saying between the range 0 to 9, I would like to match only and only 3 digits. So here we are very much specific, very much recommended. So this is like N which we are using it frequently. Then in some cases, if you want to have some range, you can use M comma N. So here we can say, okay, 0 to 9, 5 comma 9. It means you are going to say minimum 5 and maximum could be 9. So you can decide the range of digit to be matched. So in some cases, you are using the square bracket. Square bracket is like you are giving the some specific character. You want to match any one of it, like A, I, O, U. Any one character you like to match. So if you found those characters, you would like to match it. In case you do not want to match, there is a negation symbol also. Caret is there on the square bracket, means you do not want to match. So this is also one of the option available. You can also give the range like A to Z and or X to whatever you want to write. So the range also possible in the square bracket. So that range of character you can say you would like to match now. So there are various symbols like even the group symbol. So don't want to go in each and every symbol. It will be very challenging to understand theoretically. While using only, you will understand about those symbol only. But if I'm using in the practical, you should know from where I have taken this symbol. This symbol is already defined. I'm just using it and just using it to solve my problem. Now there are some shortcut notation here. That is /D. So whenever I'm using the /D, for what? It is for digit now. It's for the decimal digit. And there's a range. Like instead of using the 0 to 9 range, I'll be using /D as a short notation. In case you do not want to match you don't want to match digit now, then you can inverse it by writing /D. It is to inverse the means you don't want to match the digit now. That is a /D. Let's say the scenario is if you want to match alphanumeric string now, then what should we do? Instead of writing the big pattern like A to Z, 0 to 9, lowercase a to Z, one shortcut is available, short notation /W. Lowercase /W will match anything like between A to Z, lowercase, uppercase, number, everything together. So this is a short notation /W. In case you want to match white space character, we have a lowercase /S. So yes, option is there for white space character also. And also examples are given like /N, /T, /R, /V, /F. These are all white space character. And again, if you do not want to match, you can go for /S here. Next thing is matching the boundary character. Some cases what we want, we are very much specific. Okay, this particular string should be started with this and it should be ended with like say D. I want /B, THE and /B. I don't want THESE. I don't want THERE. I want only THE. So that way I can specify the boundary. So these are the mostly used character, and there are other character also which we may not be using it, but then yes, understand the other patterns. And I don't want to go for the various example now. I will request you to subscribe our channel so that you will know like what else are the workshop, and you'll able to see all our previous videos also. Now let me start the hands-on session. So hands-on session is on the web now. It's there on the regular expression. So let me I hope now the screen is visible to you. So here I'll be starting with the importing the models here. First thing first, how to start regular expression in this case. You need to import RE. Now import RE is for what? RE is a model name, and let us take what this model include by saying dir of RE. So first thing first, here I did it. Every version, whenever you're installing Python, now I have installed previous Anaconda version is a 3.7 Python version. Latest available is Python 3.8. I already told like how to install, how to download. Please check the previous video for the same. Now, once you are done that, you can simply import this RE and check dir. What else are the things? What are the methods already available? You can also check the help of this before we proceed, and just say help of RE and see what else are the methods already available. So this is the way how to check it now. Help is also there, right? And now let us start writing the object also. Let me check if any question is there. Okay, so there is a question about scrolling back to the slide. I will come back to that maybe later. Right now, let me start with the hands-on all. Yes, there are various symbols. Okay, so here we started with import RE, and we are just doing what? We are listing various attributes which are already defined in the regular expression now. Now, I'll be first step, I'll be doing what? I'll be compiling the pattern, creating the pattern itself. So how to create a pattern now? re.compile. re.compile, and the first step is a pattern here. Let us write a simple pattern, that is A to Z. So A to Z is what? Is something where I'm telling the lowercase character starting with A to Z, and I would like to show now various occurrences. Maybe plus means one or more occurrence. If you say star, 0 or more occurrence, question mark, 0 or one occurrence, curly bracket, I can say that how many occurrences here. This is the way I need to use these symbols now. So I can decide how many character. So here this is specific now. And then in case you would like to make this pattern case insensitive, we have one of the attribute available, that is re.ignore case, or you can say I itself. Either you say ignore case or you say I. Just to understand, I'm writing ignore case. Otherwise, even re.I will work here. This is optional, not mandatory one. So let us see what is this pattern now. It is the pattern where it is saying that it is going to match. It's a pattern object we created now. It is going to match 8 character now. So use this pattern to match the string now. So here I'm going to write a match. And re dot, I will say, pattern dot match. Now in this case, let us try some character. Let's say hello, and see what happens. Print match. Oh, it has not matched now. Why? Because we mentioned here that we are expecting minimum 8 character. So if it is less than 8 character, it won't match now. So here let us try another example. In this case, try to match now more than 8 character. Let me write a complete and see what happened. Now in this case, match has happened. But what exactly match? You can see 0 to 8, but it has not matched more than 8 character now. Let us try to see match.group method, which will tell you the exact match, and it is the character or string that is Surendra here. Now, can you try something called uppercase here, lowercase? Just try this out and see it's going to work or not. Oh, sorry, I had to write method here. Now you can see, yes, it matched because we put ignore case here. As we put ignore case, it will match to uppercase as well as lowercase also. So there is no problem here. Now we saw like when it match and when it doesn't match now, and we just use a specific symbol, that is curly bracket 8. If I could have written something star, still it could have matched in all the cases. See, star could have matched in all the scenario. What about the plus? Plus means minimum one match should be there. In the plus case, minimum one particular character should match in this case. What about question mark? Question mark means you may have one character matching or may not have. So that's the way it is now. We are using the specific here in this case. Now this was about to give you the example how the match works. Let me tell you, but match not necessarily like you should be compiling the pattern and then you match it. It is not mandatory here. You can still do it like by simply using the match method, or you can use a search method. But one thing you like to tell you, like before I tell about search method, where the match doesn't work. So that also I'd like to tell you here now. Now let us try something here, that I'm trying some number here. Some number here. See how does the match work. It says, firstly I got error that group attribute has not matched because there's no match. So here I got error. Let us see, because there's no match, it's none. That's why I received the error now. What happened here, although there's a string, but say match did not, there's no match now. Why? Because match check only in the beginning of the string. So in the previous case, match was there because it was checking in the beginning. There was a character like Surendra was the character available, but later on there's nothing, right? So here match check only in the beginning. So what is the solution? If you want to check in between the string, there's another solution available, that is you write maybe a search method. It's a method. Okay, this is just any name, anything you write here. Search one. So here I'm going to print search one and see now whether it works or not. Yes, it's match. It is saying also that from the index position 14 till 22 it has matched now, and you can print here, that is search one, and just print it. See the output. Yes, you got it. So let me tell you, in this case, search case, it search entire string and tell the result also. So this is the way the regular expression work in this case. So this was about match and search. I hope you are clear with the very simple method, that is compile, match and search, how these methods work. Now we are going to do something special now. That is, like in this case the string was very simple. What if you have a file, complete file, then how to match it? What we should do to find the pattern from the file now. That's why today I took the file handling also, so that you know, like, okay, if there's a file, then how to search for the specific pattern now. So here there will be a combination of regular expression and the file handling. So here, let me take some data here. I will write some data. Data could be anything. I already wrote some data. I'll be adding some. Okay, let me write the data. Otherwise, it's fine, because the data will be specific. Now I'll have some data, like, let us have data. Maybe this is a raw data or some confidential data, whatever you want to say. Yes, this is raw data now, and it has or bank data. Let us have bank data, because that's what we were talking about. Bank data. Okay, so bank data. What this bank data includes? So let us say this bank data. It includes name. Let's say name, then my email address. I'll be writing the various pattern. Okay, here I'll be writing the various pattern, and mobile number. Let's say account number. Don't worry, I won't be writing the correct one. So here it could be anything. So let me check, because I should know the digit at least, how many digit I wrote it. So I'll be writing the 12 digit only. And this data which I wrote right now, I'll just copy paste it. And we'll have some changes, so that we have some modification, like in terms of some data here. You may have some modification. And let's have some data here, like okay, so some changes. It could be, yeah, just to say that this is different data. Okay, it's not. And again, there's some changes, like in terms of, okay, the first one is com, then let's say co.in, and somewhere here it is, let's say Gmail. Okay, first name dot last name at gmail.com. Okay, so this way you may have a varieties of data now, and varieties of mobile numbers. You may have some different mobile number also. Could be here 7. Okay, fine. So let us work out on this first data itself. Some modification I did it now. Okay, so this is our data right now. I just wrote it as a bank data. Okay, it could be anything now. I just save this data now. This data, I would like to write a pattern to extract now. Firstly, a very simple thing we'll do to extract all the mobile number. All the mobile number. First, very simple step. So what I'll do here, this is a string. If I want to save this as a file, so I can do it. If let's say this is a file, I can do that way, or I can do through the string also. It's your choice now. How do you want to do it? So first, I'll show by string itself, from the string how to extract, and then you can go for the file also. Now here, I'll use a method that is find all method instead of match. Because match is for only one string, that's why. Otherwise I write a loop here. It's better to write one method, one particular method is find all, which will allow me to find all the matching pattern. So let us do that. So I want what? Mobiles number, or mobile number you can say. I would like to extract mobile numbers. This is my expectation now. How to extract mobile numbers? So here I'm going to write a pattern, that is re dot find all. The first step is to write a pattern now, that is /d in the bracket. Now mostly mobile numbers, like in my case I wrote 10 digit. If you have some more, that's fine. So here I'm writing a very simple one, that is a /d. /d is for matching the decimal number. And then I have a string, just now I defined, and the string name is bank underscore data now. This is a string which I already defined now. This I'll use as a parameter, bank underscore data. And now let us print this mobile number. So what do you see the result? Let's see. Oh, you got it that. So you are able to see the mobile number plus I think even account numbers are there, because account number is also numeric only. But then if you look at the number of and the length of that number, it is saying that it's a 10 digit. It has extracted 10 digit from the account number. So although account number is of 12 digit, but what pattern has done, it has extracted 10 digit out of it. But again, the data which you extracted, I will say it is not fully correct. It is partially correct. So what we want is a correct data. We don't want incorrect data now. So what is the solution for this? So let me show you the solution also. What we should do in case you want to extract now only and only mobile number and not the account numbers data. For that, we have a special symbol available, that is /b, that is for the boundary character. Now I just use /b like this, and let us see the result now and what challenges are there while using the /b. Let us see now. Now what I see, I'm not able to see anything now. Why? There's no result. There should be something behind, right? So let me tell you what is that. /b is having two meaning. One, the /b is a regular expression pattern, that is to check the boundary character. The other meaning is backspace character. So what's happening now? Right now, /b is used like a backspace character. As a result, it is not matching the exact number. What should we do to solve this issue now? So there is a solution for this also now. And the solution here is convert that regular expression pattern as a raw string now. How to convert this as a raw string? There is a one short function is available, a very, very short function, and that is R. If I just use a R, that way, this is one of the solutions. This is not the final solution. Simply writing the R, I can do that part. So let us see now, can I see the mobile numbers? Answer is yes. You can see now mobile numbers are extracted, not account numbers. Now, if it is asked to you, can you extract account number? You will say yes, why not? It's very simple now because you understood the formula. The formula is very simple, that you have to use the specific number under the boundary and you can see the result immediately. So you can try this out. As example, instead of mobile numbers, try for the account numbers. This is, and what we should be now doing now? Very simple, because now account number is 12 digit in our case. So let us see the output. Yes, now only account number, not mobile number. So this could have worked without R also, without B also, because account numbers are 12 digit. We don't have any other data than more than 12 digit right now. So definitely this will work without R and without /B also. But then why to take a risk in case some numbers are there which are more than 12 digit? What you will do in that case? So it's better to write the pattern which is handling the scenario here, like saying that, okay, we would like to match only and only specific number of digit. So this is the way you can write a pattern to extract specific number of digit now. Next thing is very, very important. Here now we are going to do what? Here we are going to extract we are going to extract email address now. How to extract email address from this data? For that, you need to write a pattern which is going to match email address. So what should be the symbol for this now? Let us write a special symbol for email address. Email address pattern. Little bit complex, but we have to write it now to understand. And this is the most important pattern I would like to say here, because here it is not a very straightforward and simple one. Here you need to think about writing the, matching the particular varieties of the email addresses now, because we have varieties of email address here. Here somewhere first name dot last name, somewhere there is a co.in, somewhere something else to be there, let's say. So we would like to match not the specific type of email address, but varieties of email addresses now. So what should we do by which we can extract varieties of email addresses now? Yes, let me tell you, there's a solution for that. And now this is very, very important. Just focus and see, like every pattern is very important in this case. So let me now write this email address pattern. For that, again, I'll be doing what? Maybe the boundary character is fine. This I can use this particular pattern style, pattern style, I can say. I'll just removing this part to just avoid the typing. I have a data here, and obviously typo error may create a problem later. So let me solve it first and then write the pattern. Okay, so the goal is to extract email address. First, we'll write a very, very simple pattern to extract the email address. So what should be the simple pattern? Okay, so first thing is alphanumeric, that is a /w, and then we have a plus occurrences of these, multiple occurrences, then we have @, then /w, again plus, then dot, then slash, we can say we have a /w, and then you may have a 2 to maybe 7. Let us see, like we are just trying now. Okay, what happened here? I wrote a /w is for matching alphanumeric string. Then I put @ symbol. Then I put /w plus. Then I say dot. Why dot? Because in the email address we have a pattern called dot also. And R is there to handle it. And then we say .com. After that, you may have com, or you may have co.in or something else. First, test it whether it's going to work or not before we proceed further. Oh, it has extracted, but what happened here? Not extracted correctly. We could extract the email address, but not extract it correctly. Now we have to think, what should we do to extract? Because I have the name, like here you can see, observe here it is say panpale@gmail.com, whereas my complete email address is this, surendra.panpale@gmail.com. And somewhere it is matching to CO, but it is not just CO, it is a co.in now. There's a match, there's a pattern.co.in. What I see is there's a CO. So it means I extracted the email address, but not correctly, not completely. So what should I do? So there should be some change in the pattern. What should be the pattern? Let us write it now. Think about it. What should be the pattern? Let me show you a special pattern here, which will help you, all of you guys, to extract the email address. Firstly, I'm going to do what? I'm going to write in the bracket, which is an optional character, that is a dot. And what else are the, whatever the optional characters are there, you can put in the bracket. And in case you have some string also as an optional character, put into the square bracket. Anything which you want to keep in the as optional, put into the square bracket. Here I may have an optional character, the dot again, and also the string. So this is the way, if I write it, I may skip, or you can say, okay, dot is there or is not there. Let us see now. Wonderful. What do you see now? I got all email addresses now. The pattern is matching to .co.in also. Pattern is matching to the .com and first name last name. So this has matched to my all the email address pattern. So this is a learning. Here I understand how I wrote it. I just put some character as an optional, like dot and /w. I say you may have that or may not have that. This is a very, very important pattern. I will recommend for all of you to try this out to extract varieties of email addresses. Now, in this case, what I did, I have extracted from specific data. Can I extract? Can I extract from the file? Answer is yes. Why not? The way you extracted the data, you can have simply like reading the file. So what I will do right now in this case, I will extract data from the file also. So this data I can store into the file. What data is there? Right now is a bank underscore data. So this bank underscore data, I'll write one file for this. Let us use just now we learned how to write a file with, and then this is a block called open. You can say bank underscore data 1.txt, bank underscore data.txt, then write and as say f, then f dot write, and write what the data name is, bank underscore data. This is all file I wanted to create, and it has closed now. So now we have the file. Okay, now this is a file name, which bank underscore data.txt is a file which we created now. Just now we have created by using the very simple code with block. Let us execute this. This is executed, right? So let us see now the file. You are going to do what? You are going to the contents are written. Now I can read also. So I can read the data now. So how to read it? Again with block, with open, and you can see the file name bank underscore data.txt. By default it is a read. So as f print, and you can say here f dot read. See the result. Yes, you are the data now. You are the files. You are able to, right? Now, yes, the process is same. Then after that, the pattern, right? You can write a pattern on this data itself. The data you can save it as this as a data, or you have now option to write this. This is the way you can. Now here I would like to show this demo here for this file bank underscore data. So how I can do? I can do in one line also. This code I can write in one line also. There are a lot of way to do it. So it's about like writing a short script now. So how to do it forward? Let's say go for the okay. This is a file now. Now you have a data available. You may want to put it as a, let's say, data 1. This is also possible, or you can directly use f dot underscore read in the pattern itself. That's your choice. So this is also a way in case you want to simplify it. This is the one of the options, or simply use a f dot data. Okay, this is bank underscore data 1. This is one of the way. Okay, and the other way it could be like simply put this whatever you want. Let's take any pattern now. Take this pattern, let's say. Now here what I will do, I can either provide directly this read statement, or I can just use this file command directly. I can use it instead of this. I want to reduce the line, or there are various options. Let me tell you. This is to read, and let us see now. Done. Now this time I did what? Let me show the code. This is the thing which I did it now. Just to continuation, see the. So I hope you can see I did what. Now I wanted to show like how you can read the files, write the file, and then this shortcut I use it here now. Just open the file, read it, extract the pattern. Now this is the particular exercise only for one particular file. Now after this we are going to see very important topic, and that is a regular expression case study for extracting data from multiple files. Here we are going to take 5-minute break once again, and we'll start the we'll have a question in between we'll have questions, so you can write the question and I'll try to answer the question now. And that is I think most of you guys are waiting for it, and that is how to extract data from various files, means from more than one file now. So that's something where we need to learn some other model. And what are those models which will help you to extract data from multiple files? And those models are, the first model will be using file input model. The second one, glob models. And the third, that is regular expression model. So here we are going to start this. So let us start our case study now, and that's very important case study. The first model we'll be using is import file input. This file input model will help you to read more than one files. So let us read files by creating one object like file underscore read. Any object, you can say files also, that's fine. That's your name. Like what are the name? It's not it's a variable name. You write whatever you want. Okay, let's say files. And now you're going to read all the files. So how to read it? By using the model file input dot input, and there is option now. How do you want to read it? Whether you would like to give as a list of file. So here we are going to give the data as a list of file. And to get the list of file, let us take the one more model called glob model. So let me show you like how does the glob model also work before I take the demo of file input. So glob models will allow to read all the files from the current working directory or the path you can give it. So I'll say files to read, like let's say you want to list, okay, list of files. So list of files. Glob dot glob, you can just mention here, let's say I have a bank file, so I'll just say b star, because I may have more than one file here. So let's say b star dot txt. So I'll check it. What are the files? So let us see what happened. Print list of files and see the result. Oh, it has n number of files now. It's not just the bank. I also have something else also, book.txt also. Now I want a specific file like a bank, so I will just mention here bank then, so that I have a data which is relevant data. Now, yes, because why I want to show demo where there are more than one files now. Now you can see there are almost 4 to 5 files. You may have hundreds of files like this. Now, the next thing is to read all these files. How to read all these files now? For that, let us use this particular model, that is Fileinput. Now, here you can put what are the output which we have received now, that is a list of files. Now here you will see that you got one object, that is files object, which has read all the files now. So we will be now this object, because everything is object here, will do what? We will try to extract data from this file object. So for that we'll use a for loop, and we'll say for line in a files print line. Let us see the output now. Here I'm trying to iterate, because everything is object in the Python, and objects are iterable. Most of the objects are iterable in this case. Now files is a object which is iterable object, and let us see the output now. What is the output? Oh, you got all the data line by line, but there is so much of space in between. So what should we do so that, because why the space? Because there is a something called a slash n character which is already there by default in the files. Now what should we do so that it just remove this or truncate the last character? What are the options are available? Anybody can just write the message me, what should I do so that I just remove the last character? Anybody? No? Okay, try this strip then. Our strip is something. So let us test it now. Yes, now you are getting the correct data. So this is a method by which you can remove the slash n character and get the data. So first step I did right now from the case study is to read multiple files. Next step is to search the pattern in every line. What should be the step by which we can search the pattern now? This is a case study. I think I already given the solution to you. Now here the things are very simple, and that is to you can say write a pattern, and using the pattern you should be able to extract the data now. So one of the simple things will be like I will use again like import here, import RE, and what all the things I can do is I can now take this as a data like line.strip. So why not to take this data? Okay, maybe the line data, lines equal to, this is something a lines here now. So this is the data now as a lines. So shall we search the pattern here, and how to search it here, how to match it here? We have RE. Can I try first basic thing? I will just try something, matching here by RE. That is, but with condition. Okay, let us say if RE dot match is having the pattern, let us try /d having the curly bracket 10 and match to the, I can say lines. Fine. Here I'm going to get one by line. Here I will be getting the one by one only. So this is one of the way, or I can simply remove this. This is like optional for me. I will just try without that also, no problem, because matching you don't require to worry, right? Let us try this as a line only, one by one. So if it match as a /d of 10, then what? Then what? Then what it should do? Print that line. It's like a I want to print that those line where there's a pattern, and else what? Else this could be nothing. This is like I'm passing here. Just test it very simple. I mean, first thing is just test the simple code, and then you can modify the code. So I don't want to write a big code here because let us see like whether it's working or not. What is saying? Oh, line in a files. It is saying not the data here. What happened here in this case? It has matched the file itself. It has not printed this. There's no match. So why? Because we did not get the appropriate data here. What's the reason? Let us test this now. Okay, one more thing you can try it. Where is a complete pattern here? Is it a complete pattern? Okay. Try the line equal to. Or there's one more option that is we have a shortcut option also available. Like that is use a re dot. Previous one. What did it? Like remember like what is that pattern? File. This one. Find all. Find all. Yeah, that is also one of the option because there are various options which we can use it. Let us try find all, and then if it is there, then what we should do? That's a point is what we should do after that. If there's a pattern, then print the line, right? Or we can now file input. File input is there. Method is a module name. Dot lines. This is a method available. Let us take the line number is there. One of the method. I will add one by one here. Let us see now how does it work. Did I read the files or not? Did I iterate the files or not? Okay, I did not open the files. I simply did what? Okay, but then what I'm printing is something else, I guess. Yeah, I'm printing here this one. I was just wondering what is output I'm getting is okay. Here this is not printing anything right now. So what happened in this case? Find all. We wrote a pattern /b/d obtain and saying there's nothing. Let us see in the file itself now. The list of files. Okay, these are the files now. Oh, we also need to close the file. One more thing, let me tell you. Here we are reading all the file, but we are not closing. So this will be written under the block with block. With. This is very important to understand because here we are opening all the file, but not closing anything. One by one. So with as files. Okay, it is right now files here. And then under this block, you should be doing it. Otherwise, there'll be a problem. This could be one of the reason. And we can try the another thing also. Even I can try files object. Oh, I can just simply put the line. Oh, there is some error here because indentation I did not do it. Let us try this indentation. Okay, so what is happening here now? We are trying to now see what's happening. Not working. This is a pattern which we are trying to accelerate. We are saying that if it is available for line in a files, and we are checking whether this pattern is available in the line or not, and still it is saying that it is not matching. Means something wrong is there. What is that wrong thing? Where it is not matching and why? So let us see the else also part to understand it. No match. So what's happening here? It is saying no match in many cases. Now I'm getting, okay, some cases there's a match, some cases there's no match, and this is what I came to know from the else part now. So why the result was not coming is because one of the reason it can say like in many, like in all that lines, there were lots of no match available, and we are saying it should print only when there's a match. Okay, so understand like how it is working now. But if you look for something number, something which is very generic, let's say, let's try something here, maybe some pattern like here. Let us try to have a proper pattern now. Let's try this pattern, previous one. Could be the pattern like this. Okay, so let me copy this pattern and let me try this out, what happened in that case. So very important, write else part here, otherwise we'll not know like what's happening in the backend. So yeah, this is not necessary that I should use the file input only. I can use something else also. And now I put a pattern and checking the line here. Line is the input to this. If this is there, then you should print it, and you can put okay, there are option available now. I can put either using the file input, or I can use a files dot line number, files that I have a file line numbers. Okay, okay, instead of this line number, I could have put file line number now. And these are the methods which are built in now. Here you can think about line dot strip and files dot. There are various methods, like you can see line number is there. Then you can think about file name. Okay, let us try this also. One of the attribute which is available, and see the result. Oh, something wrong, I did it now. Yes, I did a colon. I miss colon here now. When you copy paste, we miss something. Yeah, now you can see the result, and it is showing no match also because I put it. But now I will do what? I will say nothing. So here, this is the result for which we were waiting now. Let us understand, I'm not just giving you the direct solution to you, rather I wanted to show you something like, the troubleshooting part, and just wrote a few lines here and show like what happened. When I say no match, every line it is printed no match. But when I say no, see, now the result has come now. I just say else part is skip now, and the result has come. So this is the way you can extract the pattern. And this is like a implementation of grep in the using the, you can say, the Python itself. So I hope you understand this case study. As I said, this is a case study. This is what I want to show in the real time, like how does it work, what kind of error comes, how to debug such error when it comes. Yes, we need to know that, we need to try it, we need to show it. See, I was having this case study already available, but I thought let us try it out and see the error also, and show you like, yes, this is the way error occurs. And this was specifically for email address. You can try for the account number, you can try for the email addresses. So this is what you can extract the data from the multiple files. Now you can see I'm able to extract the data, whatever data I want, from multiple files. And you can see I wrote very few lines, just few lines I wrote, and there is a result now. So I hope you understood the regular expression and how to use a regular expression to extract data from multiple files. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you very much for attending this session. You'll get the recording of this file in the maybe in the coming day, maybe within a 2 or 3 days time. Till that time, I will request all of you to see our previous video, which are already available. Like almost 3 sessions, 3 workshops we already conducted, and this is the 4th one. We do have a consecutive workshop, as I just now said, like what else are the workshop already available. You can visit the site gktcs.com and you can see the workshops there in the our services where you'll get the list of workshop. Any question, I'm here available for another 10-15 minutes to answer your question now.